Hey, Tooth. So I was just doing all the socials and whatnot. Okie dokie. Can you do that? Oh, hey, David. How's it going, man? Congrats on Chitara. I did actually read it the other day, and I thought great stuff, man. Really, really, really nice. It's a little bit heavy. Oh, it's even heavier. Is it the first book you've drawn and coloured yourself? Like a whole comic? Where's one for Dynamite? Just did the lines for this. This studios for Rush. And oh, I thought you were colouring it, man. Sorry, my bad. I must take another look because colours look different to Thundercats Lost. I didn't know why I thought you were colouring it. Okay, right. I must take a better look. Yeah, I know you colour yourself on covers, but for some reason in my head, I thought maybe it said you were, or I mean, I'm not saying you did. I'm saying in my head I thought. Be very careful on my lines here. This actually, you know what? I think I'm going to change. I've got all the broad lines done, but it's bleeding a bit. So what else have I got here? Oh, I see. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm going to be drawing something, I think, at the end of the year, and I was thinking I would colour it too, but because I like colouring sequential pages. It's harder, but it's fun, or it's satisfying, but it is a lot of work. And sometimes you got to figure out what you really want to be spending your time on, you know. Which you do, because you clearly made the choice. We're getting exciting this week. Yep, you see, I'm writing issue 5 of well, I'm starting issue 5 of Terminator Metal. I have to try to do the outline of that after dinner. What have I done? I've just lightboxed a Marvel cover I have also penciled a DC cover. I did that today. What did I do already? There's a new series for Ignition I just did a cover for. I did a Thundercats cover. What else did I do? There's something else here. Yeah, well, I pencil and inked Thundercats. Oh, pencil inked an Iron Man cover, pencil inked Ignition cover. So I'll probably colour them tomorrow. And I just did a rough. Yeah, sorry, I have to pencil another Marvel cover. So I want to try to get more writing done this week. Because I also wrote a publisher I've never written for before. I handed that in on Monday. So I don't know if I'm getting notes for that or not. We'll see. So a little bit of everything really, which is cool. How about yourself? You got anything you're drawing now after Thundercats, or can you even say? This pen is kind of wearing down. I should get a different one. Yeah, need another new one. Lidenberg. Sorry to ask, do you guys like to choose the colorist or the company do the choice? I've been coloring comic books for 9 years and have this doubt. I guess a bit of both, Lindenberg. Like, an editor might say, "Hey, do you want to work with this person?" And I'd be like, "No, I hate their stuff. Thank you very much." Or it might be somebody who you really like, but an editor doesn't know them. So it depends. I would say, for example, on Mystique, excuse me. For Mystique, I had asked. I think I'd asked if we could have Dave Stewart because I always wanted to work with Dave Stewart. But not that they wouldn't ask, but I think Marvel said, "What about Matt Hollingsworth?" Because I think they've been working with him a good bit, and I'm a massive fan of Matt. I've known him for years and years and years. Loved his work. I didn't even think he'd be an option, to be honest. No shade on anyone at all. But if I knew that Matt Hollingsworth was available or a possibility, I just jumped on that. So there's an example of somebody who I really wanted to work with someday, but just didn't think was an option, and then that kind of happened. Trying to think of another example. I think there's colorists I've asked to work with, and they've wanted to, but the publisher wasn't game. It's kind of why I color myself if I can, because at least I have some control over that. I did an X-Men story this year, and I wanted to color myself, but because they had a colorist coloring the rest of the book, they wanted to keep the same colors for the whole one shot, which is fair. That's fair enough. So I didn't fight them on that. So it can depend. I think it's good to get relationships with artists, because if you're doing good stuff, even if you do a fun piece with them, if they see you doing good work on them, they're going to be an advocate for you. When Jordie Bellaire was starting out, that was definitely a thing. That's how she became known. It wasn't because loads of editors were like, "Oh my god, she's the best," and they probably didn't know about her, but a lot of artists were asking about her because she'd been doing fun pieces on blogs and stuff, just like fan coloring. So yeah, it depends. Work as a colorist or penciler is like a marriage. Yeah, true. For me, it's more important making the penciler happy than the editor. I mean, yes, that is. I think that is true. Because it's the penciler who's going to be asking for you. Um, but you don't know, the editor might not like your stuff, or it might be somebody else doesn't like your stuff at the company and has nothing to do with the editor. You know, it's not a one. Like, there's people who I've wanted to work with before, and I just couldn't make it. I was trying to get Jordy on my stuff for 2 years before they'd ever consider her. But I think if you're doing great work and you've got people who want to work with you, that's the best position you can be in, because your name's coming up even when you don't know about it. But you're right, like working with an artist, penciler, inker, or whatever, it is like a marriage. I've had to find my forever colorist. Well, I had a forever colorist and that didn't work out. And I don't have a forever colorist now. Like, and I'm only more controlling now than I was before. I was already pretty uh, picky before, but I'm even pickier now because I color myself. But I am in a weird spot where now, if I'm not going to color myself, I'm going to be very picky about who colors me. Like, I just worked with Jason Wardy on Kaya issue of Kaya, and like that was very weird for me. I hadn't seen myself colored like that before, and you always kind of want to be open to somebody else's interpretation, but it's also hard to not see what. It's hard not to see what's in your head when you're not a colorist, but when you have colored yourself, it's even harder because you have a better idea of what it would look like. If you've never colored yourself, you can at least be like, well, I don't know what I do, so I'm just good with whatever. For me, I feel the only way I get a gig on DC or Marvel is by being partner with or one penciler who already working. Yeah, I mean, I think that's generally the way. Unless you're able to make a good relationship with, let's just say, it's trying to think of who is on my feed right now. Artist. Why is no artist popping up for me right now? Who's that? I don't even know what that is. Nope. Jesus Christ! I thought I was finding more artists. Oh dear. Jesus Christ! Where's all the comics and stuff? Okay, I'm just looking at Alessandro Micheli. Let's say you were coloring his stuff and he got you gigs coloring his stuff at Marvel or DC. The best thing you can do is just try to have a good relationship with the editor, and maybe they'll think of you for something else. Oh, thanks, Pascal. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I was literally just talking about that. It sucks, only because everybody else in that book is so bloody talented. It's really, really hard. I felt really crap about myself looking at it. Sorry, I need to get another pen. Oh, thank you, David. But like James Harron, Mike Huddleston, Wes Craig, like I should have thought ahead when I said yes to that. Yeah, I kind of messed up on this a bit. Mhm. The person for this commission wanted a Mark Bagley style Spider-Man. I tend to draw creepier eyes on Spidey when I draw him, but I grew up drawing these eyes all the time, so this is fun. Pascal, I'm not sure what I can say. Um, I can say that the option has been renewed. So more than that, I don't think I can really say anything. So it's still being worked on. But I know animation takes a long time. So, but I don't think I'm allowed to say anything. I'm not even sure I could say that, to be honest. David, I swear I love these. I love the big eyes. I've always loved the big eyes. But when I like a creepier Spidey when I'm drawing him. So I tend to kind of go for the small kind of more slanted eyes rather than the big ones. Even though I like deep down inside as a kid, I love these ones. Oh, I didn't even. Oh, that was the webs. So I'd have to kind of fight my childhood instincts with the eyes just because I love them so much, but it's not the vibe I want to go for. For different people drawing them, I really don't care. Like whoever somebody wants to draw them. exactly. Yeah. Everyone has their own Spidey. I grew up on Bagley and Ramita. Do you know, weirdly, like Ramita, everyone knows what Ramita Spidey now, but when I was a kid, he was drawing a book called Peter Parker Spider-Man, and his Spidey was different to the one like you see now, or for the last 20 years. And the Spideys I probably wouldn't have liked as a kid, I like a lot now, like Sal Buscema and stuff. The John Romita senior style wouldn't be like, you know, while I have massive respect for it, it wouldn't be how I like to do Spidey. Are you going to Toppable, David? Or ink? I am. Yep, I'll be there. I have a table this year, actually. I haven't had a table there since 2019. So I'm going to try to give it a go for the first time in the Yanks. It's the right thing. Won't you do it? It's the right thing. It's the biggest. Well, I mean, I think Thought Bubble is more than anything else a great networking show. So it's good to not be stuck behind a table. But also, you know, the great thing to say about New York is if you have a table, everybody knows where to find you. So that's nice. This makes that a bit heavy. But I figured it's been so long, I may as well just give it a go, you know. Where is my table? That's a very good question. Hang on, I should check. There we go. A16. Where's that? A16. I don't know what. Oh, Comixology Hall. There you go. Right there, right listed right above my name. Yeah, so there you go. I'll be in A16, where the hell that is. I'm going to be doing portfolio reviews over the weekend too. Not suggesting you need them, David, or anything, but where is my? There he is. I was asked if I would do some reviews, so I think people are like submitting portfolios and stuff to the organisers, which I think is a great idea. So my one criticism of Thought Bubble is, not of Thought Bubble, but just in general, is that they don't really bring editors over. They used to. I think it's pretty. If doing conventions, having editors, I think is a big deal. Because if you're trying to break in and stuff, if there's an editor there, it gives you a reason to like do up your portfolio, and gives you a deadline and stuff. You can always show artists, and that's great, but like it's not the same. I remember when I was going to shows in Bristol and Brighton and what have you, like having a reason to have a portfolio together for an editor is it's good motivation, and opportunity, like. Oh, even okay. Declan, in your opinion, what do you think is the best? I'm guessing best way to get attention of the editors. Well, I mean, if you're working with them, you have their attention, man. If you're working with certain artists and you're emailing the editor your work, then you have a relationship with them. So, I would just keep them happy, get stuff in on time, be good to work with. That's the best way to kind of build a relationship. Getting attention and building a relationship are two different things. You already have their attention, and I guess the best thing you can do is try make sure other artists want to work with you too. Having so much followers on Instagram, having an agent introduce you, or saving money to travel to San Diego and present yourself there. Well, I'm sorry, Lindenberg, but you said you were already working at Marvel in DC, are you? I'm not a big fan of agents personally. Sorry, let's rephrase this. I'm not sure how great it is to have an agent. If you're able to speak English, I don't see why you should have an agent. Because if you have an agent, they have a relationship with an editor, which is great. But if you work with them, then you're benefiting from their relationship, but you also don't get, from what I can tell, you don't get to build a relationship of your own, which I think is a problem. So I would save money and go to a convention. San Diego is it depends where in the world you live. San Diego is a great show, but I think it's hard to meet editors there if you don't know them. I think New York's probably a better show for that. But I haven't. It's been a long time since I've broken in, so I'm not sure how great my advice would be. But your way in with editors as a colorist is through artists. So the more artists that want to work with you, the better. If I was trying to break in as a colorist, I would do what Jordy did back in the day and find an artist you really like. Find scans of theirs online. Pin-ups are a great way to do it fast, but sequential pages are what's really going to get you the jobs. That pen is fucked. Put that in the bin, you fucking idiot. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying. Like if somebody sent me work, if they colored like scans of my Mystique pages and did an amazing job, you better believe I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna keep my eye on this guy. But it doesn't mean I'd like it though. So you know, you've got to do. You'd want to do your research, see how I color myself, and keep that in mind when you're coloring, because you might color in a style that I don't like. So you got to be careful, you know. But you want people to push for you basically. Also have a portfolio. I think David asked if you had a portfolio, and I didn't see you put one in there. So I would say proper portfolio you can show easily. Also, David, not my editor on a Dynamite, often puts out calls for people. So keep an eye on him. So I'm falling behind on the comments here. David, I'm hoping to do a bit more networking this year, which should be a bit easier with Terminator, Chitara, Silverhawk, Circle. Yeah, it definitely will, David. You've done so much work in the last year. But you should, like, Top Bubble is a great networking show. If you're not meeting new people and meeting new artists and stuff, you're not making the most of it. Do I often do portfolio reviews? I always do portfolio reviews if somebody asks me. Unless I'm swamped and I just don't have the time. But I would say 99.9% of the time I look at somebody's work. They just have to be prepared that I'm going to give them an honest review, you know. But I was asked by somebody working with the show to like actually look at portfolios as part of the convention this year. Lindenberg, I always try to fill the company's forums email, but I never had a reply. I wouldn't bother with those, to be honest. What you want to do is have a very good portfolio, find editors who you think you'd like to work with, find out how to email them. It's not that hard. Show them your stuff. Ricky Purdon at Marvel, like just you know, you just got to do a bit of research and find out who the people who look at this stuff. There's Ricky Purdon at Marvel. I can't think of the person who's at DC. Their name's escaping me, but there are people who look at portfolios and give feedback. You know, it's not that hard to find out who they are or how to reach them. Oh, not at all, Lindenberg. You're grand. David Washak. Hey, Declan, I've got your buddy Liam. Oh, hey. Hey, Liam. Hey, how's it going? The best name from Baltimore. It's a good reminder not to swear. Oh. My face lit up, you just can't see, Liam. Hope you had a good show. I sure did. I'd be like Spider-Man, Liam. Oh, hey, Stacey. That's a very good question. I would say yes. I'm thinking of something at the moment. I realised I was pushing Bog Bodies when I went to Thought Bubble in 2019, and that's like 6 years ago. So the intention was always to do something else like that. But I also didn't expect to like get all this writing work. So good problem to have. So yeah, I'm working on an idea for something. I know who I want to do it with. I'm just trying to figure out one the time to do it, and two how to do it. I think I would do it again as a graphic novel. Um, it wouldn't be like a sequel or anything, but something along those lines. But yeah, just the problem is trying to just figure out the bloody time. But thanks for asking, and yeah, I want to do something very similar, like kind of tone, that feel, set in Ireland, etc. And my hope would be as well, since I've written a lot more stuff since then, that um, it could do pretty well. The only problem really is crime stuff. If you're not Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, it's crime stuff's a harder sell. But I love crime stuff, so I'm also aware everything I've done lately has been kind of sci-fi-ish, which I also love, but I think all the more reason to kind of go back and do something a bit more grounded. Yeah, and well, yeah, I want to write in that accent again. Definitely. Yeah, I love Criminal. Like, so you might know Lindenberg, but I've done like a couple of or somebody asked about Savage Town actually. Um, I've done some like crime stuff set in Ireland, and I love all that stuff. But yeah, I haven't done it in ages, and I'd really, really like to do more of it. So I would like to. I would say, if not by the end of the year, by the start of next year, start on something. Um, I have a story I'd like to write and draw, but that could take years. So I'm going to hold on to that idea for myself. I could just give it to an artist and have it done, but I prefer to write something for an artist rather than just take my own thing and hand it to somebody else. I loved Marvel Noir comics so much. Sean Martin's what it did with Luke Cage Noir. Yeah, that stuff was great. Yeah, that's why I like Daredevil so much. It's basically doing Noir comics with Marvel. I would say Terminator's a little noirish the way I do it. replace this fucking... Oh, this bloody... There we go. It's better. Second. So just refilling my ink. Oh, hey, man. God damn it, I can't think of your name properly. I'm sorry, man. God damn it, I can't find your bloody name. Warblazer. I'm so sorry, I can't think of how to say your name properly. Devmalia. Devmalia, sorry. For some reason you're I always recognize your name when I see it, but I never think how to say it. Thanks so much, man. You are killing it. Like, everything you post looks so cool and great, and it looks like you're having a great time. Dev, that's... I know a few devs, so I'll remember that better for some. Yeah. Sorry, I'm embarrassed. Well, it's all true. Are you busy at the moment? So I'm assuming you have plenty to work on. Where are you based again, Dev? Well, good for you, man. I mean, I know I'm sure you're really tired, but I'm glad to see you so busy. It's seeing very talented people not busy is what drives me crazy. So seeing guys like you busy is like good, as long as you're not driving yourself into the ground. Oh, you're trying to move back to traditional? How come? If you don't mind me asking. Exactly. It's now the Spidey Commission has become a Moon Knight chat. I would say I personally prefer practical over digital, but I would say to your credit, man, I think when your digital work, you do such a great job of it not looking too slick. You know, I find there's a lot of stuff that's done digitally and it just kind of ends up being very samey. But not you. Well, fair enough. I think it's one thing to be careful about. Like you can always like find ways to work faster, and there's very practical reasons to do that. But also, I mean, I'm not suggesting this is the case for you or whatever. But um, if you know, if you enjoy working on paper more, there's something to be said for enjoying the thing you're doing that you're working on. Um, I think that comes through in the work. Like it was often said to me, "It's like, oh, you'd work so much faster if you worked digitally." But I just wouldn't like it as much. And if I'm going to be doing this all day long, every day, I want to make sure I'm enjoying it. You know. But that's just me. I'm not having to go with anybody else. Country towns. I'm sure it does actually. I'm sure not. I'm sure making digital work not look slick is hard. Because I mean, you know, I think it happens. It's with a lot of people at Marvel as well too. I have a hard time um, uh, differentiating artists. Sometimes I'm like, oh, is that who is that? And then I look and see who it is. I'm like, oh, okay, I thought that was somebody else. Because a lot of it can kind of look a little samey, you know. Um, like I color digitally, and I like it's great, like having the option of changing my mind and trying something different. But I need for drawing, I need like to be able to fix things and rubbing them out, and the tactile nature of it is what I enjoy. The is a big part of what I enjoy about it. There's very strong arguments to streamline the process. Um, And I found it a lot with writing too. It helps to have a, if I'm, because I'm writing more, having something like more analog to do, like ruling pages and lightboxing, stuff that slows down the process, actually has kind of been better for my digesting ideas, if that makes sense. Like I kind of wish I could just like automatically have my pages ruled, um, rule all my margins and things like that. Which I know you can do. You just like do with a button digitally, which I could very much see the appeal. Um, but I found I might be kind of stuck on something for a bit and trying to work my head around something and just ruling panel borders and rubbing out pencils and stuff like that. I find it stuff quite cathartic and helps my brain a good bit. I know if I sound like a lunatic now, but David, I was spending a lot of time making my work look traditional, so I went back after 10 years and I'd forgotten how much I love it. I've done it for 5 years. I'm definitely craving the organic nature of traditional. Well, also, I would say, from a career point of view, like, if you look like... No, I don't think you have this problem, but just as a general thing. If you look like everybody else, what makes you stand out, if 5 other artists have the same like skill set and tool set, I think that it's not. I don't think you really want to be in that place. And I'm having to go with people who do digital. I think some people do amazing stuff, digital. But I imagine, like for you, Dev, it's a hard thing to do it and like look like yourself. That makes sense. I feel like no matter what I say, I'm going to annoy somebody, but it's just what I think. Yeah, I think it's something you don't think about until you're 5 years in Marvel, is it? Um, I'm pouring tea, by the way, not weeing. Um, you spend so long trying to break in, and then you get in, and then you're trying to make a name for yourself by being as productive and good to work with, all the stuff, and you don't think about quality control isn't probably the right word, but you don't think so much about like maintaining what makes you, and that can be tough when you're just in the comic mines, but you're only as good as the last thing you drew, and if your stuff starts getting kind of watered down because you're just working so much and so hard, you got to be careful. It's a weird thing. It comes with like having you have to achieve so much in order to have that problem, but it is a problem worth considering. Okay, I'm not sure you're talking about Stacey. Sorry, I'm messing out the joke. Right, where was I with this? Oh, yeah. Oh, the tea pouring, of course. Yeah. Yes, it does. Yeah, I'm very aware. It sounds like I'm having a wee, but I'm not. Promise. It's my tea mug or flask. Yeah, you're absolutely right there, and I also think superhero comics struggle with that a lot, where the shiniest looking is the most acceptable. Yeah, I mean, uh, like what you're doing at Marvel, I think is great. You've got your own energy, and like you're unmistakably you. But it works on those characters. Um, I remember years ago, I think I can say this. Jeff Lemire he told me like, oh, he was surprised that I was working at Marvel, and I was like, why? It's like, because your stuff's so different. This is before I was even on Moon Knight or anything. And I was like, oh man, am I in trouble? But I was like, no, that's a cool thing. I'm glad to be in that position. I think, you seem to be in a similar position, where it's great you can do stuff that is, you're not filtering out, your work to work on this stuff. It seems and feels very authentically you, like. Nope, sorry. This thing's too close to my head. Yeah, and your style very much screams you from the rooftops. I think that is important, especially to us as artists. Oh, well, thanks very much, man. Appreciate that. And reading Absolute Batman pushed me really hard to get back to traditional, especially the James Harren story. I haven't seen that yet. Now, I actually have the trade. I want to start reading that now, but I think yeah, I mean, I think you're in a place now where you can make those calls, like when you start at a place like Marvel, you want to basically, your job is to please everybody and anybody so that they keep giving you work. And then hopefully after a year or two, everyone knows who you are and the type of stuff you want to do. And if you're lucky, they'll put you on books that suit that. And then hopefully you get to do more and more and more and more of that. And it seems to me you're in that position. But like, it's not Marvel's job to like run your career or your work. That's something you really need to keep an eye on yourself. So if drawing practically again is basically quality control for you, I mean, I think that's a good move. And by the way, I'm sorry. I have a terrible habit of doing this, of telling people their business, or suggesting things, or giving advice where it's not asked for. So, sorry if I'm being a bit of a dick. I can't help myself. I don't think, as artists, we talk about that stuff as much. You know, we should talk about like the business side of things and you know, page rates and all that stuff. You know, I think the stigma about that stuff is gone, but like career moves and things like that, that's not really stuff we generally think about because we're just trying to like trying to get the next job. Lindenberg, Declan, I have to go. Thank you very much for taking the time to answer me. Cheers from Brazil. Oh, thanks so much, man. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know how this works, but thank you, man. Okay, good. Thanks, Dev. So as long as I'm not just being a pretentious jerk. I mean, I am a pretentious jerk, but you know. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, thanks, Lindenberg. Yeah, well, thanks, David. I think so. Of course, I would say that since I just said it all. It's also stuff you don't really think about because you are just like yeah trying to get the next job or please your editor or. Let's see. Indeed. This is like my always my favorite bit of doing Spidey. It's a little terrifying, but it's not like it's like doing the chest hair on Wolverine. Weird kind of compulsion stuff I loved doing as a kid. And I'll go in and like with a pen and do like fix the bits I missed, but I do love doing this bit with the nib. Oh, it's satisfying. Yeah, same. I wish I could draw everything with the nib, but I just can't. I'm not that good. My colour in this one, no, this is a commission. It's not a cover, so I'll do some grey wash on it in a minute, but no actual colour. Yeah, it is pretty therapeutic, Dev. I never be able to resist inking Spidey's eyes. What do you mean? Do you mean by inking his eyes? Uneven web. Yeah, I can't. I love doing the uneven web. I probably shouldn't do it with a nib though. It's getting a bit blotchy. I'll try it a bit more and see. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to switch to pen. It's not coming out the way I want to do. I think that's enough of that. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little bit of wash reflection in the top bit. I haven't filled in some black, so I leave that till the end, near the end. What is it? Jesus, met this an hour and a half. Fucking hell. the pen's better for these kind of. I want to do some more condensed webbing to get a sense of depth. Second. Struggle to pick up the page noticed. I'm not sure what you mean, Dave. I know, yeah, I know. Stacey, I find the head's actually the hardest too. Just making it look right. Getting that curve right and the phase, yeah, it's tricky. Oh, sorry, I see what you mean. Like trying to, yeah, yeah, yep. I know what you mean. Like I tend to just kind of move it around, but yeah, trying to pick it up is a whole other thing. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I definitely tweaked. I think that was my third adjustment when I was penciling it. Is it all the way? Oh no, a bit here. Always worry, I'm like going to make people dizzy by spinning the page around so much. Okay, I think that's pretty much the most drawn I've done. Oh, thanks so much, man. That was pretty last minute actually. I didn't have long to do it, but it was fun. I don't get to do. Actually, you probably have this problem too, Dev. I've probably drawn Spider-Man professionally 7 times in 15 years. Um, you don't always get to work on the stuff that you'd really like. Sorry, not really like to. Stuff you'd think you'd be doing loads of doesn't necessarily happen, you know. Um, so I haven't really drawn. Yeah, I haven't really drawn Spider-Man that much. So when I was offered, I'm like, cool, great. We see here I had drawn a circle to put a moon in, and I realised any Spider-Man drawing I've done in the last while, I keep drawing a moon. I'm like, just don't need to draw a moon every bloody time. So I put some clouds in instead, and I think it was a better call. Hey, Colin. I always appreciate the webbing that you do on his costume. It's a very cool look. I think I robbed it from possibly Lee Bermeo. I think maybe I saw him do it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. It's weird because it can't be completely random. You want it to kind of suggest the form still. So it's not completely random wedding. It's just a little bit kind of skittish, I guess. How's it going, Colin? Sorry, some of this webbing's a bit janky. I did this song. Here they are. Were you behind me? I did the Sorcerer Supreme promo cover San Diego in like a day and a half. It had 10 characters in the cover. Jesus Christ. Okay, I had more notice with despite the Superior Spider-Man. I think I had less than a week. But my sister's wedding was happening, so it was like 3 days I couldn't work, but I managed to get it done. Oh god, I'm doing the same for you right now, trying to get this Infinity thing done. Or you're doing a Spidey, is it? Not too shabby, man. Not too shabby. Okay. Oh, you will. I meant to check. Didn't your Kickstarter campaign end the other day? Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, everyone always really likes it. Again, I wish I could take credit for it, but I robbed it from somebody else. Ah, great, man. Congrats. I assume you're all happy with it? Yes. Beast mode. It's really just messing around and hoping for the best. I know, it's David. Catch you later, and sure I'll see you. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, anyway. Or no, a week, week and a half, 3 months. I don't know. Whenever top up is happening. Where's the thing gone? There we go. That's great, man. Fair play. I don't know. I don't know when I'm doing my own thing. I'm. Yeah. I've a couple of things I'd like to do next year that I wouldn't draw. Because I'm waiting back on a pitch. If that doesn't get approved, I will do a new old dog. If it does, I will do that. But old dog or no, I'd like to like do a couple of I'd like to write something for others. And I think I will do one as a crowdfunder and another one I would just like do myself, pay for it myself and just put it out when it's ready, you know? Because yeah, having now done like 2 years of doing work for hire stuff, I definitely want to do something that I own again. I mean, I've been very lucky to get to do what I've been working on, like, but the only thing like of my own in the last while is the old dog anthology, and that was last year. So I've done nothing this year. So yeah, I want to make sure I do something next year. I think I'd definitely like to do something through Image, but I think I think I would like to try a crowdfunder comic because I've done I did it for like the process stuff, which was fun, but I think maybe I've probably hit saturation point for that type of book, you know. Oh, thanks, Dev. Cheers, man. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I feel bad. I'm like, there's not a lot of work in this one, but it's like the image, is going to work. But anytime I feel bad for that, I make up for it with like, yeah, I just did a cover for issue 25, and I'd like spent like 2 days on it. So yeah, it all balances out. But thanks, man. Sometimes you just have a strong image in your head, and that's the one you wanna see, you know. No worries, Stacey. Nice talking to you again. It is a lot of work. I don't know how much I enjoy doing all the promo and stuff, but like I find it really draining. But I think the power of just doing your own thing is pretty intoxicating too. Oh, hey, Will. How's it going, man? I hate the promos, but I like making the campaign itself and deciding all the merch and variants. I mean, that is fun, but it's just so much work, man. It's so much work. I think I would need help to do it again, to do all that again. The main image is so striking. I love the water splashing. I can't even remember what image you're talking about, Dev. What's the last one? Water splashing. I can't even remember. No, I'm definitely going to burn you. You're going to be a top bubble, aren't you? Will Robson. Wouldn't mind burning your ear about it. I think we set up a Kickstarter gig. I don't know, man. I've had this such a long time. I might be getting a bit superstitious about it. If I change my drawing board, will everything fall apart? Alright, relax, calm, alright? There's only one pure killer here and it's me, you know that. Oh, right. Sorry, right, Dev. I was thinking of a different one. Yeah, that's Thundercat's last one. Sorry, I got confused there. But oh, thanks. I was trying to channel a little bit of Ryan Otley's Battle Beast there. Chandel, steel, whatever, you know, it's all the same. Thanks, Colm. Yeah, I'm from the streets. don't end up fighting people on the streets of New York City, but you know, not as edgy as some. In there. I would stay. That's why I didn't stay there last year or this year, Colin. So again, I'm just pouring tea, not weeing. Getting there now. Where's my feckin'? There we go. Oh, hey, Tooth. Yeah, it's turned out okay now. I think I'd actually penciled a rough version of this a month ago, and I couldn't find it, but I didn't mind because I wasn't really happy with it anyway, so working out better this way. Oh, you were actually, sorry, yeah, you were the first person to say hi. I just forgot. Yeah, sorry, man. I got starstruck by Dev and Co. Shows you how much I appreciate you, doesn't it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's gonna sound a little wanky now here, but like this is an accident. Sorry, this was going to be full black, but I kind of like this texture, so I'm going to leave that there. Um, that's the fun part of using ink, is I'll kind of. It's weird because I think of myself as being a very messy artist, but I'm always people these days are always saying how clean my stuff is. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, look at the state of my drawing board. But as Will pointed out, but I think I've gotten a lot cleaner over the years, but I still do try and have like spots where I can make happy accents if I can. Sometimes accents are not so happy, but it's the one thing you can like, you can hope happens, but you can't count on it. Yeah, would you actually say injection was probably pretty clean actually. I remember I'd asked JP Leon to do a variant for it, and he pointed out to me that he noticed that I wasn't using as much black spotting and more I was using more grey work, and I mean I was amazed he even noticed. Um, but yeah, it's kind of you're not necessarily the best like judge of your own work because you're too into it most of the time. It's nice getting somebody else to point out something sometimes. Like I think somebody pointed out to me that Marcos Martin told me that he saw a lot of John Romita Jr. in my stuff, and I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Like, no, there isn't. I like him, but I wouldn't be like that's who I'd be looking to as much as other people. But then I remembered like I read his X-Men when I was a kid. I read It's Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and sure, like Daredevil, Man Without Fear is one of my favorite books ever. So, of course, his stuff is in there somewhere, but I just hadn't seen it, you know. Oh well, I mean, I wouldn't say I worked with him. You know, I asked him if he would do a variant because I'd met him at like a show. I'd met him a few good few times over the years at shows. I'd like would buy a page from him every year. I have like 7 JP Leon pages, um, but I did get to talk to him about art and asking questions and stuff, and he was always really, 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 really nice. But saying I worked with him would be a gross exaggeration. You work at the 2000s Grudge that we all know and love, and I was into too. Yeah, it's weird. Like yeah, but no. I still think I'm messy, but I guess I'm wrong. Oh, by the way, he did. Sorry, I did. He did actually do that variant cover. By the way, I have it here on my wall, which was a huge, 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 huge honor for me. Asking a bit more about the quality of lines and the way you use textures. Maybe I'm misremembering injection, but your early work definitely has a huge. Oh, thanks, man. Um, um, it's hard to think back. I think Moon Knight probably was a little grungier. I was. I think I kind of tightened. Do you know what? Actually, I don't know. I don't know, man. I have to go back and have a look. Like I said, it's hard to take a real honest look at your earlier stuff. I have a feeling that Thunder Bolts was probably a little rougher. Same with Northlanders. I think Moon Knight too. But yeah, I'd really have to go back and have a proper look. In my head, I'm a quote unquote grungier artist, but yeah, I think that's the thing. Is in my head I think one thing, but the reality of it isn't necessarily true. I think I kind of like a controlled mess. If that makes sense. Nearly there. That's gonna be one trigger. That's an old reference. I think you'll be just fine. Like I said, man, you're killing it right now. Like you're more immortal than I am. I'll tell you that much. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's come. I think it's come together nicely. I wasn't sure. I wasn't really sure how it would, to be honest. I think maybe drawing live in front of people kind of keeps me on my toes a bit. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I'm always a little nervous about Spidey stuff because I want it to be really good. Just fixing up the looser bits here. trim this hand a small bit because I think it's a little big, but push these clouds back a bit. This is always the weird stage where it's like 99.9% done, and you're just like, is it quite there? Is it nearly there? Is it? Am I overworking it? But I think. I think I should just, yeah, leave it alone. I think I'm there. And a bit more here. Colm, it's fairly standard stuff. Where is it? What's this? Taylor Rani smooth heavyweight. It's technically cartridge paper, but it's not. It's nothing like. It's nothing like watercolor or anything like that. I found it in Neeson's years ago, and I always just stuck with it. It's a little harder to get now. Since COVID, I think. I can't order it in my local art shop, and I never see it in Neeson's anymore, so I just get it Amazon or wherever I can find it. But it's always taken ink well. It's always taken washes fairly well. Like you can see, it's kind of buckling a little bit there, but it'll be fine. Do you know what? Oh. This needs to be pushed forward a little bit. Yeah, like I'll use what you call it, Bristol board Marvel paper when I'm doing Marvel stuff, but otherwise, this is what I use for my I use the A3 for covers and the A4 for commissions. That's what I've used the whole time, and it's served me well. You are, he will kill for you. You are, he will kill for you. From who you can. No, you can. Where's the freaking. Alright. I think that's it. I saw a stray pencil in here somewhere. Where was it? There it was. Yeah, I'm just tinkering with this now at this stage. I should just call it a day. Let's pop his chin forward there a bit. Okay, I'm calling it. It's done. Nice choice. A bit down. done. It's done. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Oh God, Jesus, 2.5 hours. That took a while. Yeah. All right. Thanks for keeping me company, guys. Yeah, I don't really have any other commissions to do, so I don't know when I'll be doing these again. But yeah, I'll do another one for the laugh. Why not? But thanks, Colin. Thanks for keeping me company while I worked. Oh dear. Yeah, it was. It always is, man. It always is. But unless like I'm very hungry, then it's actually. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry now, so I think I'm done. But thanks for coming in, man. It's good to talk to you. And everybody else. I don't know if you're still there, Will or Sliney or Robson. But yeah, I'll catch you later, guys. Thanks again. Yeah, good luck.